Here in the Philippines, we use these tankless water heaters. I know they're popular in other parts of the world. We never really use them in the US. This one, as you can see, is not doing well. But it's a simple thing. The water comes in, goes out to the shower, goes through a very simple mechanism to heat up. They use a lot of electricity when they're running, but they don't run that much. So I think they're pretty cheap to run and they're well worth it, because quite often this well water comes in real cold. I apologize for the headphones, but my wife is asleep and I need my music. I apologize for my bald spot, but it's hell getting old. Anyway, this is the inside. There's very little to it. A couple pipes come in. Got a circuit board that runs everything. Flow switch to prove water. A water heater, over temp switch. It's all real simple. All run off one little board, and then there's the tank is the water heater. Not really a tank, but that's the closest thing it has. And that little water heater is going to be pretty dirty on the inside. Our water comes in nasty, and it's been 5 years. So we're going to take it apart and clean it. The shower fitting is a plastic on plastic fitting, so it should only be hand tight, and it is. A little bit of water inside, to be expected. When I'm taking it apart, I usually have wire markers in the US, the little sticker tabs with numbers, but I don't have that, so I will be taking pictures and using electrical tape just to mark which wires go where. Comes apart real simple. These little spring clips and O-rings. They're not even threaded fittings inside. Water fittings are so much easier now than they used to be. But I expect it to be pretty dirty, and I thought it would stop heating. But it actually is overheating now because the water flow is restricted and the heat's coming on and just really making it too hot. We're trying to adjust the temperature and it's just not cooperating. So the tank's pretty easy to remove. You just loosen and pull out the water pipes. There's 2 screws holding that tank in, or the heater in. It's a tankless system, I keep saying. Each one's going to be put together a little different, but they're all similar. And as I said, take some pictures before you pull it apart, just so you can put it back together. Just simple wiring. Filling it up just to see if the water flows through it, and it does, but not real well. You'll see as I'm filling it, the water comes out that side, but when I turn it over, there's a whole lot more water in there than is coming out. So something stopped. The water stopped coming out, and it's still got a bunch in there. So something ain't flowing right. Vinegar's a real good cleanser. I don't have white vinegar that I would usually use, so I'm going to use some little red cider vinegar. They've got the same acidic content. You generally are going to use the white vinegar simply because it's cheaper. But you don't have to clean them very often. Every few years maybe. Depends on the quality of your water, and we probably should filter our water. I'll let that soak for an hour, hour and a half. I shake it a few times throughout. And this is when I'm changing the vinegar. You pour this stuff out and it comes out green. A lot of corrosion. And then I did switch to a white vinegar. I ran out and bought some at the Sorry Sorry store. And vinegar is not supposed to be green. So it is getting a lot of corrosion out of it. A little bit of chunks, some, dirt and corrosion chunks. And not a lot. Not as much as I was hoping for. So we're going to put it back together and hope for the best. We have had it for a little over 5 years, and it's been working very well, and they're only about 4,000 pesos, 80 bucks, 100 bucks. So if this doesn't quite work, I may go ahead and replace it. But you can see here the water just comes in, goes through a couple proving switches, heats up, comes out. And it's coming out pretty well. I took each of those pipes off and did run water through them. You can see through them. They were completely clear. So the only thing that could be restricting is the water heater itself, the little small tank. It's coming out much better than it was, but not as good as it used to. So I'm going to try and clean it again in a month or two. You can see the before and after is better, but it's still not good enough. So we will try again in a month or two, and we may go ahead and just buy another one. This one served us well. Fun, fun, fun. Enjoy your day in paradise.